My name's Jesse Beltran. I'm a retired Sacramento City firefighter paramedic. I was on duty and I heard a dispatch call go for a kidnapping of a 4 or 5-year-old girl. We heard law enforcement in pursuit of the vehicle, and they apprehended the suspect in North Sacramento on Manzanita Avenue between Auburn and Madison. We had a sense that something was going to go wrong, so we were listening on the radio, and we ended up being right there on scene as they apprehended the suspect. We witnessed them pull the suspect out of the vehicle through the passenger side. We witnessed him being beat up, and eventually he was beaten to death. We continued to do CPR on the gentleman, and we loaded him up on the gurney, and we went code 3 to University Medical Center, UC Davis Trauma Center here in Sacramento. We did CPR all the way into the trauma room, and I can remember the look on life flight nurses' face. We were all a very close-knit family, and they looked at the gentleman and saw how badly beaten he had been, and their comment was, and I recall it just like yesterday, that this wasn't right. They left the room. They didn't want to have anything to do with this call because it had to do with law enforcement. The following day after this incident, I tried to report this to my supervisors, and me being a young man of only 23 years old at the time, was told to keep my mouth shut, that the sheriff's department would beat the living daylights out of us, and they would blacklist us. Both Craig Stevens and myself wanted to write a report, but were told not to. In 2009, I had a dental appointment in which I was scheduled for 2 root canals, and went to the dentist and signed a consent form to have the root canals done. And during that time, they numbed me up as you typically would expect. But I noticed that something was different. I never consented to being knocked out. When I woke up, only one of the root canals had been done, but I was told that 2 had been completed. After that visit, I started to notice something unusual, something different that I was hearing in my right ear. My background is, along with being a firefighter paramedic, is very technical, and I had an IT company and an ISP in the past, and I did proprietary programming. So I'm very familiar with electronic technologies. And what I could hear was a high-pitched whine, which you would assimilate with what is called 60 cycle. So I knew that it's something electronic that creates this type of noise. And in doing so, I started to realize that I was implanted with what is called an RFID. This RFID implantation done without consent to any human being completely violates everything that our government is about, that democracy is supposed to be about. If we look at the monuments there on the grounds of the Capitol, where you have the Firefighters Memorial, you have the Vietnam Memorial, you have the State Seal, everything that the state of California is supposed to represent. What this RFID technology does, it completely stalemates everything.